A very common mistake that people make when applying blush is not understanding their face shape and applying the blush based on that. So if your forehead is slightly wider than your chin, and you have high cheekbones and a very narrow chin, then you have an oval face shape. A very important thing to remember about blush placement is that it is never placed below your cheekbones. It's either placed on your cheekbones, on the apples of your cheek, on your temples, or above your cheekbones. So you want to apply the blush on the highest points of your cheekbones to help soften up your look. If you place it below your cheekbones, you're going to go against your natural features, which will make your face look wider, which you don't want. So different face shapes require different types of brushes because it's usually applied on different parts of our face. You don't want to use the same type of brush somebody with a different face shape is using. So to apply blush for oval face shapes, you want to use an angled contour brush because you'll be placing the blush right on top of your cheekbones. So you want a brush that will perfectly hug your cheekbones. Then you want to blend the blush in circular motion all over your cheekbones. This is going to help soften up your cheekbone structure to make it look more flattering. Some people tend to confuse oval face shapes with heart face shapes because they're similar. Both face shapes have a narrow chin and high cheekbones, but heart face shapes have a more narrow forehead than oval face shapes. Since heart face shapes are very pointy at the temples, that's where you want to place a blush to help soften up that structure. And you want to focus the majority of the product around that area. So for heart face shapes, you also want to use an angled contour brush because you're going to be placing that blush right on that bone structure. So you want to start by applying the blush from the temples and bring it downwards towards your cheekbones, creating a C shape. You want to blend the product as much as possible to help diffuse the look, to give it more of a natural look. You can also apply a small amount on your chin to help soften it up. And as you can see, these two are very similar, but the oval face shape, you're focusing the majority of the blush on your cheekbones, and for heart face shape, you're focusing the majority of the product on your temples. If you have a square face shape, your forehead, your cheekbones, and your jawline are all going to be the same width. Very similar to the shape of a square in which all the sides are equal. So as you can see, I have a square face shape because my forehead, my cheekbones, and my jawline are all the same width. If you have a square face shape, then you want to focus the blush on two areas of your face. First is where your temples are, right where your hairline is. This is going to help soften and add a healthy flush to your structured forehead. Then you want to apply the blush right where your cheeks are, and then you want to bring it upwards towards where your cheekbones are. This is going to help flatter your features and emphasize your cheekbones in a natural looking way. So to apply blush for square face shapes, then you want to opt for a flat tapered brush because you're going to be packing the blush on your skin rather than buffing it in. So you want to use a brush that has flat sides to pack on the blush. You want to start by packing it on your temples first, then you want to transition into the apples of your cheeks. Whatever excess is left on the brush, you want to bring it upwards towards where your cheekbones are. So you have diamond face shapes, which are very similar to square face shapes, but with diamond face shapes, you have more of a tapered chin and less of a jawline. These face shapes are usually longer than any other types of face shapes. So if you have a diamond face shape, then the right placement of blush is going to help highlight your natural cheekbones without making them look too sharp. The key to applying blush for diamond face shape is mainly focusing the attention to the bottom half of your face. So you want to place the blush on top of your cheekbones and buff it out towards your ears. This is going to allow you to soften up your cheekbones and make it look less angled. So to apply the blush on the diamond face shape, then you want to opt for a rounder taper brush because you're going to be applying the blush on your cheekbones and buffing it towards your ears. So you want to use a brush that will help pack on the pigment and blend it out. You want to start by placing the majority of the pigment right on your cheekbones and then use whatever's left on the brush to sweep it towards your ears. As you can see, for the square face shape, we focus on the majority of the product on the cheeks. And for the diamond face shape, we focused it right on the cheekbones, slightly lower, not right below the cheekbones. This is going to help soften up those features. Round face shapes usually don't have any form of structure, so no high cheekbones, no wide forehead, no structured jawline, and no prominent chin. they're usually just round all over. So if you have a round face shape, then you want to use blush to create the illusion that you have cheekbones. So you want to focus the blush on where your cheekbones would start, and you want to drag the blush downwards all the way towards your cheeks. This will create a look of high cheekbones and will help structure your face. So to apply the blush, you want to use an angle brush because you want to use something that will hug your cheeks and give the illusion of high cheekbones. So you want to apply the blush starting from your temples and drag it downwards towards where your cheeks are in a curved line, and use the brush to hug your cheeks. But a very common mistake people make is not understanding the difference between contour and bronzer. It's very important to understand the difference between each and how to apply them. And that's why you really have to watch this video, because I go over how to apply contour and bronzer and the difference between the two of them.
KLJ, welcome to a channel where it's poppin'.